The 2017 PGA Merchandise Show kicks off today with the 15th annual Demo Day. Yes, the world's largest outdoor demo is taking place at Orange County National and will be there all morning long. Plus, the two-time Masters champion joins us live. He's a regular at this event each and every year. But what will Bubba Watson have in store this time around? And in case you hadn't heard, Tiger Woods is making his first official PGA Tour start in 17 months when he tees it up at the Farmers Insurance Open this week. And if his previous success at Torrey Pines is anything to go by, it could be the start of something special. That and so much more coming your way the next 4 hours on Morning Drive. Well, hello and good morning. It's Tuesday, January the 24th, and the start of one of the biggest weeks in golf business. It sure is. Kyle Robinson alongside Damon Hack and two of our professionals, Paige McKenzie and Robert Dameron. And Damon, the PGA show dates back to 1954. We're lucky that it comes to our backyard every January.
Absolutely. If the Masters is golf's yearly renewal, this is golf's Super Bowl. It really is. It's over the top. It's 1 million golf balls hit today. Tomorrow it's 10 miles of show house at the Orange County Convention Center. We look for the Super Bowl commercials. This week we look for the gadgets and all the shiny new golf clubs.
And we get to go there tomorrow. We'll be hosting Morning Drive live from the show floor from Wednesday through Friday. Paige, it is always a lot of fun.
I was going to say, it reminds me of a class reunion more than a Super Bowl. It's all the industry people that you've become friends with over the course of life in the industry gets together in one location. It is a very fun week.
Well, if you are going to the show, wear comfortable shoes. You're going to do miles of walking, miles of walking. There's so much to see. And when you go out to eat, get reservations. There's so many people in town. All of this side of Orlando changes, the whole vibe. It's an incredible week.
You know what? I was at the airport last night. Let me tell you, everyone is here. There was golf faces streaming off every airplane from every different part of the country and the globe. So it's going to be a very busy week.
Someone else is about to do miles and miles of walking. Tiger Woods about to tee it up in 4 tournaments in 5 weeks. We'll talk all about Tiger this morning at a great press conference yesterday in LA, talking about San Diego, talking about the Masters. Today, a 4-hour show, spending a lot of it at Orange County National for PGA Demo Day. Let's say good morning to Charlie Reimer and Lauren Thompson. Guys, good morning.
Good morning, Damon and crew. And today, the Big Timer and I are quite excited to be back on the ground of the largest outdoor demo day in the world for the 15th annual PGA Show Demo Day, which serves as the official kickoff for the 2017 PGA Merchandise Show. And what a place to serve as host. Orange County National Golf Center and Lodge, a 42-acre practice facility, monstrous circular driving range, over 200 hitting bays. In fact, an estimated 1 million golf balls will be hit here today, a 22,000 square foot green, vendor village, and yes, it may just be open to some 9,000 PGA professionals and golf industry insiders, but Morning Drive is bringing you along with us for this 4-hour show. Glad to have you with us, Lauren Thompson and Charlie Reimer. And Charlie, this time last year, we were setting up the centennial celebration for the PGA of America. Now it's all about pushing towards the next 100 years for the organization. So as a section officer for the PGA of America, what exactly do you believe this day is all about?
Well, LT, this day is all about the mission of the PGA of America. The 28,000 members are here today to help you, the folks at home, increase your enjoyment of this game. How are they doing it? The manufacturers are here. The PGA members will be able to get their hands on equipment, test it, get training from the manufacturers, how to maybe fit you a little bit better. The other thing is, LT, the thought leaders in our industry are here today as well. You can go hear presentations from the likes of David Ledbetter, some of the top instructors in our game, and then also, all of these crazy training aids, all of this technology that we have that's available now.
They help us play better golf.
So a lot of the PGA members are here. They're getting certified in the use of launch monitors and video systems and all that. This is about educating the PGA membership so when they go back to wherever you play golf, they're better instructors and they help you play better golf. It's a great day for our game.
It's a great day also to check out some big-time guests today on Morning Drive. You want to see the lineup that we have in store for you? No problem. We've got insiders for the industry. The PGA of America Secretary Jim Richardson. He's been in the position for just a couple months, but you'll hear how he immediately made history. Also, you're going to get the latest in club fitting and training aids from Brett Porath from Titleist, and always a newsmaker, both here and inside the ropes, multi-major champion Bubba Watson. He's going to talk about why he made some equipment changes and what he's up to today. And he's not the only Tour pro that's going to be joining us live. We're going to be pleased to have two-time PGA Tour winner Russell Knox, and why he's a familiar face and why a lot of people believe he's going to be a major champion come 2017. We've got those stories and more. Also, an incredible school of golf duo, Martin Hall, Blair O'Neill. We always love to have them help us out. But for now, we send you back to Studio AP and Cara Robinson.
All right, Lauren, thank you. Can't wait for all of that coming up today. In the meantime, Tiger Woods makes his long-awaited return to PGA Tour golf this week, and it all happens on a golf course where he's had 8 professional wins, including 7 in this event at the Farmers Insurance Open. He's ranked first, as you can see, across several categories at Torrey Pines. And yesterday, in a press conference ahead of the Genesis Open, a confident Tiger answered some questions on his immediate future.
I feel good about it. I just need to get out there and do it and see what happens. I feel like I'm strong enough to be able to handle the workload. But as I said to Steve, I still got to go out there and do it. Feeling good about it and doing it is, 2 totally different things.
You've won at Torrey 7 or 8 times. How much of a factor was your comfort level there in the decision to return to tournament golf this week?
That's 8 times. And one as a junior, so it's technically 9. So I like that place. I've enjoyed playing Torrey. That was the first golf tournament I went to. Got exposed to professional golf there, and for me to have had the success there in Southern Cal down at Torrey, and then win a U.S. Open there, for some reason, just fits my eye.
I know you've announced your schedule. At what point are you thinking about Augusta, and
now.
When will you make that decision?
Now. I've been thinking about it. That, once the season ends, typically, for, in the fall, and I start thinking about what I need to do to get ready for Augusta. And I've done it for 20 years. Whether it's equipment or it's swing or whatever it is, in the back of my head, I'm getting ready for Augusta.
Tiger, you got 4 tournaments in 5 weeks. You talked about, measuring the flow of your game and that. But what will be the number one determining factor for you going forward? Will it be how your back feels, your health, or will it be the scores you post?
Well, if my back feels good, I know that I can prepare, I can prep, and I know I can play. And I know how to shoot scores. But I need to have my health at a state where I can prepare and getting my game ready to play at an elite level. And when I feel that way, and then health-wise, and I'm able to do that, I know I can shoot scores. I know I can win golf tournaments.
Well, you question if Tiger Woods is motivated. Question no more. Yesterday should have answered some of those questions. It was an incredibly confident Tiger Woods we saw, Robert, really admitting that he's thinking about the Masters, has been doing so for some time. He would like to win another green jacket. No shock there, but to hear it come out of his mouth was quite interesting. He's talking like he used to. The question is, will he play like he used to?
He's talking the talk. Will he walk the walk come Thursday and for the next 5 weeks? I don't expect him to change his outlook, his attitude that's worked all these years. And make no mistake, Nicklaus did it, Tiger did it. Every tournament is a prep for the next major. Everything he does is a prep for the next major. That's the record he wants, Nicklaus's record. Long way off, and he's got a lot to prove, but make no mistake, he's thinking about it.
His record is barely as good anywhere as it is at Torrey Pines, Paige. There's 3 golf courses that he's won on 8 times in his career: Bay Hill, Firestone, and of course here at Torrey Pines.
Well, technically 9 if you count the amateur.
If you count the junior one, of course. There's no surprise the fact that he's choosing to start again here, is there?
There's no surprise. The one thing that I did find interesting is when he talked about, I have it, I just need to execute it. Mm-hmm. And I found that to be the most telling part of the entire press conference, because there is a difference between going out and practicing and doing it well in practice and actually taking it to the golf course and doing it on the golf course. I think that's the trouble that we've seen over the last couple years with Tiger Woods, is we haven't seen that transfer. We know that he would never tee it up until he felt like he was ready, but the idea that he needs to execute every single shot is still a little bit of a question with Tiger Woods.
To me, this is a continuation of his attitude in the Bahamas. He was so emboldened by his play there, making more birdies than anyone in the field. And you're right, right. He does sound like he used to do. This is what he's trying. He's trying to turn back the clock. He's trying to make time stand still. And that's the question. Can he do it in this new generation with a body that's older than it used to be? Can he play 4 weeks out of 5? That's a heavy, heavy workload. That's a heavy workload for a 25-year-old player, let alone a 41-year-old.
Well, first things first, you have to have the swagger and belief that you can do it. And that was what was so obvious as well in this, is whether it's the sense of humor, whether it's mocking the question, when did you start thinking about it? Now. Obviously, I've been thinking about it. That's the kind of swagger that you need in order to perform when it matters under pressure.
This is the longest amount of time he's had away from the game. And you mentioned the back and the 4 out of 5 weeks. We're going to have Dr. Ara actually in studio later to talk a little bit about managing any pains that might come up during this trip. But he says now the back is void of pain. Robert, what does he need to be precautious of during this long stretch upcoming?
He really needs to shake the rust off. This is all preparation. For these next 5 events, like I said, they're preparation for Augusta, but they're preparation for the rest of his career. We're going to know, all these questions are going to be answered, I think, whether his career is going to go forward strong again or whether it's going to sputter in these next 4, events.
Well, and we got a preview of that in the fall, and I want to take you, Robert, over to the putting green so we can look at some of the swings that we saw and maybe something we need to keep an eye on this weekend as it relates to Tiger Woods' golf swing.
Well, there was a couple things I noticed at Hero where he made his big comeback, and make no mistake, he drove it better than he did when he had left. It was an easier driving golf course, pretty wide, but I saw some things with the driver that looked pretty good. And Torrey Pines is, I think, the toughest driving course there is. So he needs to get this driver in check and have it working perfectly if he's going to contend again. And I'll show you a couple things, what I saw that can kind of hurt his driving. First off, on this right swing, this is Sunday. That's a 3-wood, but still the same tee box. Everything applies. Good posture, good setup. Looks like old Tiger Woods. Let's roll it to the top. And I'll show you a couple things. All right, right there. Any questions about his back hurting are answered right here. That's a lot of torque. Same thing over there. He looks pretty comfortable. Very, strong, athletic. The swing looks perfect to here. Here's where I think it runs into a little trouble. If we go down one more frame, right here. Do you see? This one's a little more obvious. The right knee's kicking out. It is a little more on this one too. And what happens when the right knee kicks out before the club's gotten down in front of you? If you get there, now you're relying strictly on your right hand to square the club face up. And what can happen, you either don't quite do it, the body's in the way, posture standing up, you can miss it right, or flip it left.
Okay. So by that you mean the right knee is headed towards the golf ball.
Towards the ball. It's in the way of your downswing.
Got it.
And you see, you can miss either way if you're reliant just on your right hand to square the club face up.
And we know how we don't like the double miss. And I actually have a theory on why he's doing that in his golf swing. We'll get to that in the next hour. But for now, let's send it over to Damon and Rosie for more on Tiger Woods.
All right, guys, thank you very much. Hate that double miss. We both have that. How you doing, buddy? Welcome back.
Good. I'm good. I don't even know if I'm jet lagged. It's still dinner time for me, but it's great to be here with you on Morning Drive.
So Tiger Woods,
do it and I'm here.
Absolutely. Was Tiger a topic of discussion in Abu Dhabi, even though he wasn't even in the field?
Definitely the buzz from 8,000 miles away. Kind of a combo of excitement and curiosity. Didn't matter who you talked to. Tour officials from the European Tour, caddies, lower tier players, major winners like Willett or Henrik Stenson. And it's all basically, how do you think he's going to do? And it's interesting. You don't know if this segment's going to be like the beginning of the end or this new beginning for Tiger, certainly framing it like a new beginning. But there's more than just the travel and the golf. There's some promotional work. He's doing a news conference for Genesis on Monday, flying the 8,000 miles. Got a golf course over in Dubai with Trump, obviously. The most telling quote I've seen thus far was from Dave Shedlowski in a piece he wrote yesterday for Golf World, reading it on a plane. Sourced a veteran tour player saying, and I got to look down, you could throw his week at the Hero out the window. That was glorified practice, no pressure, no cut. We all want to see him play well, but you can't go off that event. This is the real thing now.
Wow, very interesting. You've covered Tiger Woods for a long, long time. So has Larry Dorman, recently named PGA Lifetime Achievement recipient in journalism. He covered golf for the New York Times, preceded me in that role. He also covered golf for the Miami Herald. What should people know about Larry Dorman?
Larry was a legend among the golf literati in the 80s and 90s when newspapers were still king, pre-internet, where you got your news in the paper. And he sat at the right hand of Edwin Pope, the legendary columnist for the Herald, who just passed away. There's a great photo there, right there, Damon. You got to check that one out, He was respected by the likes of Don Shula, Jack Nicklaus, Ely Callaway, who hired him, remember, and worked for Ely for 10 years. And then just to show the integrity and the style and the game that Larry had as a writer, the New York Times hires him back after he spends 10 years in the PR business. This was always historically a big week for him, whether he was covering the merchandise show, whether he was representing one of the fastest growing equipment companies in Callaway during this course of time. A lot of respect for Larry, and it's great to see him being honored with this award.
Of the recipients of that award, Dan Jenkins, Dave Anderson, and our own Tim Rosefort. Thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate it.
Just a blue-collar guy.
You're the best. All right, Matt Janella is here on this Tuesday morning. What's up, pal?
Good morning, guys. Well, you know, all the great conversation on Tiger Woods has led us to our social Twitter question of the day. What area of Tiger's game is most vital to his success this week? Lots to choose from there. Be sure and send your comments to GC Morning Drive. We'll run some throughout today's show. Coming up, the full story on the renovations of Torrey's North Course, an ultimate San Diego golf itinerary. Plus, we're live from Demo Day at Orange County National, where we'll be pulling back the curtain on all 360 degrees of that massive driving range. That and a lot more right here on Morning Drive.